Hi, everyone. I'm Anna, and welcome to today's message. Today's message is the divine mission. And today's verse is John 17:18. As you sent me into the world, I have sent them into the world. This verse speaks to the divine mission of Jesus. God sent Jesus into the world for a specific mission. Jesus himself came to teach, heal, and ultimately save us from sin through his death on the cross, redeeming humanity. His mission was to send his followers, the disciples, out into the world to complete his work, knowing that he would suffer hardship and in obedience to God endure the cross. And each of these disciples sent as Jesus was into the world for a very specific reason. Now, this verse is relevant today because we as disciples are called to purpose in the same way that Jesus was, and as the original disciples that he sent, to engage with those around us and spread God's truth, which is unconditional love. Jesus went on to say that those who choose to follow will also endure hardship, as he did, and that these disciples will do even greater works than did he. Now, we are each given unique gifts and talents that we use on our journey of mission, and each one entails teaching, serving, giving, or leading in some capacity. We collectively contribute to the world when we choose to share God's unconditional love and truth. And we are the current world's disciples. We act as the hands and feet of God when we choose to follow. And as we fulfill our mission, we are given God's divine power and protection from the wicked world that we live in, where challenges, suffering, chaos, and confusion lead us to places where we might be the only hope of love. And that is a very sobering thought. We as disciples are to bring people to God, where he opens their blind eyes, turns them away from sin, and they become sanctified. And then they get the opportunity to become disciples. It is a process and not an easy one. What we do leads others to profound changes in their lives, and it's an awesome responsibility to be given this gift. What an amazing blessing to know that Jesus chose you to bring forth his teachings, knowing that he would not be in this human world to do it. Knowing that we would choose and desire to experience the same love that God gave to him, and entrusting us with his mission. He already knew that we would choose to find our identity in Christ, and he trusted us. And we are chosen and sent out into the world with this purpose, the same purpose that he was sent here for. What an amazing, empowering thought. Now, as I've said in the past, I have no idea from day to day what I'm going to choose to say to you until I receive the message. And I want to share with you today a true story of my own life. You have heard me endless times say that I get messages from all over the world, from people who seek me out to hear more about Jesus. And these people, they don't come to me by accident. There are no accidents or coincidences in this world. God has a hand in every single thing that occurs. And as part of my mission and calling, I have become a vocal disciple because of my own experiences in this life. And my mission remains to touch 1 million people's lives in 5 years. And in faith, I do believe this will happen. 3 weeks ago, I had someone reach out to me, someone that I didn't know before. But we do have mutual friends from my hometown. And I am aware of this person's family, but I did not know this specific person. But they knew all about me and my entire family because, we've lived in the area since I was 8 years old. I am now 55. And though we've nearly crossed paths many times in our life, neither of us could remember ever seeing each other in person. And our families have mixed and mingled, and we even have some family ties that I became aware of in the last few weeks. And becoming friends with this person, it just seemed like a very normal thing to do. What I didn't realize is that this person was seeking me out to find out more about Jesus. It took him about 2 weeks of speaking to me almost daily to begin asking questions, and ultimately, after a few questions here and there, I spent a few hours one night speaking to them about the power of God. I told them my story, how I healed, and the difficulty in doing so, what I went through to get where I am now, and how I became a disciple and chose this platform and how they could choose to be healed too. It was quite a conversation, and honestly, the most inquisitive one yet. When it was done, I prayed, thanking God for bringing them to me so I could tell them about Jesus and how to heal and be saved. And then I didn't hear from them. And I'll admit I was a little disappointed, and I finally reached out to check on them, being a bit worried. And after several days, I received a response this morning, telling me thank you and how grateful that they were to have someone to share their story with who could lead them in the right direction. They told me how they felt talking to me and feeling like God had led them straight to me. The exact words were, "Now that I know what to do, I've been praying to God to heal my heart, and I am at peace in that." Now, though I might hear from them again, or maybe not, I know I did the job I was called to do. I led them to God, who is taking care of their heart now. And for more than 40 years, this person knew my family, but just didn't know me. Out of all the people in the world, they found and reached out directly to me. So I will say it again. There is no accident or coincidence in that. This is God's work through me, and I am grateful for it. Using my story to bring others to God is a privilege, and I will always be humbled by it. I encourage you to fulfill your mission and choose God's greater plan for your life. You might be persecuted and rejected by others, but as promised, you will be prepared and equipped for these difficulties. Many will oppose you. Many will simply choose not to accept the invitation. Some will never choose to recognize their own purpose or mission. And that is okay. It is their choice and not yours. You will become used to the no's, but persevere anyway. And it is your calling to serve with compassion, generosity, kindness, and to share God's love. The more you choose to fulfill your purpose in the world, the more people you will help. Listen, being sent in the world to tell others about the love of Christ is a privilege and given in divine authority and ultimately in God's unconditional love. You need to choose it. My friends, love is the answer. If this resonated with you, please like and share my post. And thank you for your donations to my divine mission and for helping me to keep my messages alive. I'll see you next time.